Ok, hola amigos de Ruido Blanco, acá Eduardo Camacho, el Edu Roll, dándoles la bienvenida a una nueva entrevista más para Ruido Blanco FM, esta vez con una banda directamente desde Nueva Zelanda llamada Baker's Eddy, if I am correct.
You
So
are correct.
please let's welcome you guys. How are you doing?
I'm really good, thank you. Thank you for having us.
Absolutely amazing.
You said you're Ciarann and Ian, right?
Correct. Yep.
Okay. Well, let me please introduce myself. I'm Edu from Mexico City. So, welcome to this interview. And well, I have listened to your project these last days. And first of all, I want to congratulate you because um, I I don't hear often some very and noisy bands like yours. So please, yeah, congratulations on that. And please, I really want you to tell us about your project. I know you formed in 2009. Am I right? And well,
Yeah.
what can you say about Baker's Eddy?
So you are right. We formed in 2009 when we were 12, I think. So we've known each other basically our entire lives. It's been, we started off just playing music for the fun of it, really. Nothing serious. Then we kind of went through high school and it was always there in the back. And then we kind of left high school and we were just talking and we were like, either we leave that there or we actually take this seriously. So we opted to give it a year, and it's been 5 years since we made that decision, and we're still giving it a year. We're giving it a year every year. So yeah, we've known each other for a very, very long time, and we've been doing this for a while.
And well, you released back in the 2017, if I am correct, 2018, an EP, and you're about to release your first LP. What can you tell us about it?
Well, it's been a long time coming.
It's been 12 years coming.
It's been 12 years coming. Well, the reason why we haven't been releasing any music like in the lump form as in like an EP or an album after the last EP is because we originally planned on releasing an EP in 2020.
Okay.
But when COVID hit and we weren't able to play live shows, it kind of gave us an opportunity to go, all right, we're not really able to successfully release anything this year. Why don't we put that on hold? Or maybe perhaps we actually just ditch that entirely and write an entire album. So we decided to do that, which was essentially what we've got with Boredom Bicycles. Just a combination of songs that were birthed out of, I guess, us realizing that we didn't need to be doing the same old thing. We could try something entirely different with a fresh start. So yeah.
Okay. Well, please tell me, how old are you guys for start? Because I've heard your lyrics, and well, it is remaining attitude like you've already said. You're living to the uncertainty, you know, and this so and your lyrics are mostly about that, about how life comes to us, and you know, you just affront it like what it is, you know, like what life it is. So how old are you, and what's the spirit of your band to write lyrics like those?
That's a good question. We're both 25.
Yeah.
We're both 25.
Okay.
And I don't know.
I mean, you're you're the lyricist, but like from my perspective, it's all about like just personal experiences amidst the chaos, and just drawing something that you know is something that people can relate to from that.
I guess we write about lived experiences, and yeah, lots of like I like to write melancholy love songs, which can often be like writing a breakup song to a really happy tune, which is like a favorite combination of mine. So yeah, I mean, yeah, lots of lived experiences, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, I was asking because yeah, I heard some song like 21, which I guess you wrote back then. So
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, these lyrics and this punk rock attitude, it really cheer up the listeners, you know. So
That's really cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I, well, most of us someday we have that wondering about to get a real job and or making, you know, the stuff we like,
I
skating.
mean, even though we wrote that song, what, like 4 years ago now, it's the mentality behind the mentality that we had back then is probably still the mentality we have now. We haven't changed that much. We're still floating around wondering what the hell we're doing every day. And then we've also got our new single coming out. It's called Sober, and then that was written 2 years ago, and the lyrics in that song, where will I be when I'm 25? And we know where we will be when we're 25, basically in the same place we were 2 years ago.
Yeah, and it still sounds fresh, so it is right.
No one needs to know the truth about our age. It's all just a myth.
Okay, and well, now tell me, please, you're about to release a new single, and of course your LP. What can you tell us about that song?
Like I said, I wrote it 2 or 3 years ago, and this was actually one of the songs that was supposed to make it on the EP that we were going to release 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But we were going to throw it out because we were like, we want to change direction. But it's a fan favorite, and it's the only song that every time we do like a live stream on Instagram, or we post a question asking which songs we should play, or we post about releasing a new single, it's always release sober, release sober, release sober, do sober. So we're kind of like, all right, we need to do this song finally. So in a way, it's old for us, but it's the one that our fans have been the most excited for, I think, is this song.
Okay, and well, I know you guys are from New Zealand, but you are actually living right now in Melbourne. Am I right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
What's the thing? What's going on in Australia? How have you been received in that other country? Yeah, in Melbourne.
Better than how we were received in New Zealand.
Really?
Also a better band now, though.
We are a better band now, arguably. I mean, prior to moving over here, we found ourselves in a bit of a hole in New Zealand where we didn't have a core fan group. Like, we didn't have fans. We didn't really have a community around us of people our age playing the same music that we do. So there was nowhere to really go. And we kind of saw that the bands that we aspired to be like would hit a roof in New Zealand and not be able to go any further playing guitar music. Whereas over here, it's quite different. There's a music scene filled with people just like us, playing music just like us as well. So we've been able to grow here, and we've been able to tap into kind of like that pulse
Yeah.
So I would say I'm nervous when we go back to New Zealand to tour again, hopefully this year. Based on the fact that we just don't really know what it's like for us over there anymore. Having said that, we do want to build our New Zealand audience.
Would you say that in Australia or in Melbourne at least, it is a more consistent music scene than New Zealand?
More consistent with our genre, for sure. In New Zealand, I don't really know how guitar music is doing at the moment. Based on what we do know from living there, there was no one. there was no one playing kind of colorful punk rock that was a bit rough around the edges. It was all very straight into the grid, and very hard, you know. So we struggled quite a bit there at the time. I do know that there is quite a good underground scene for like punk rock in New Zealand. It was really good in like 2007 when we were kids, but we haven't really got to experience that compared to over here where we've got a giant community of friends that all like the same kind of stuff, and it's all just a lot more kind of colorful. I don't know. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm glad that you are well received in Australia, and I hope you get a well receiving back in New Zealand when you tour again there. What are your music influences? Because I heard some of lots of rock punk bands, like I don't know, I hear some of the Vaccines or the Hypes.
Hey, cool.
I don't know if I am well guessing that, but you tell me, please.
Hives, definitely Hives. Our early stuff basically just Hives ripoffs to the point that people used to comment on our YouTube videos, stop ripping off the Hives. I mean, I think for the album stuff, I kind of regressed and listened to a lot of the music that I was listening to when I was a lot younger. So I don't know if you know a band called the Mint Chicks. They're a Kiwi band who Ruben, who's played in the Mint Chicks, is now Unknown Mortal Orchestra in the US. Okay. They are probably my all-time favorite band, and they were a huge influence.
What's the name again, please?
The Mint Chicks. So spell MINT and then Chicks.
Okay.
A great band. They're not around anymore, but yeah, Ruben's now Unknown Mortal Orchestra, and they're doing really well in the States. So that was probably one of the main influences. In terms of other influences, there was a lot. I listened to The Garden a lot, who are a band from the States. I listened to some Joy Division to get that kind of nostalgic stuff. Oh, Beach Boys were an influence, especially for harmonies. Lots of Beach Boy harmonies.
I can hear that.
Yeah, cool.
Definitely,
I'm glad you picked up on that.
It's pretty obvious.
Yeah, it's kind of
it is, but it sounds very, very newer. I mean,
yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, lots of stuff, lots of music, and lots of pop as well. Charlie XCX.
Okay, that's right. That's great.
Charlie XCX. Yeah. Charlie baby.
Well, tell us, guys. Are you planning to come to Mexico someday? Are you planning to tour in Latin America or something?
Yeah. Hell yeah! As soon as we can, as soon as someone books us flights to get over there, as soon as we have the money, as soon as we get on a support, we will be there 100%. That's like one thing that we spoke about at the start of the year, was like, we want to get over there and we want to get over to, to everywhere. We want to just tour again because it's been so long. If you'll have us.
Of course. You're very welcome here. Yeah. Well, I want to thank you for this accidental interview, because, well, my English is very bad, but
that was great.
I wanted to try this, and I just want you to wish you luck touring, and of course, I hope you can come to Mexico someday, and we are at least me and all the people in Ruido Blanco will be pleased to welcome here in Mexico. And I would like to finally, I would like to you to read people, listeners from Ruido Blanco FM here in Mexico. So if you can please make me that favor, I would thank you.
What was that?
Yeah, it is Ruido Blanco FM.
Rudo Blanco.
Yeah,
Am I saying that right or am I saying that wrong?
you're saying it well.
Rudo Blanco FM.
Ruido Blanco. It is white noise. Ruido Blanco. So
Ruido Blanco. We just wanted to say thank you to everyone listening to Ruido Blanco FM from Baker's Eddy from Melbourne, Australia.
thank you so much, guys. And